Look at
New
you.
week, new background.
I'm like a little thrown off right now. I wasn't expecting it, but I love it.
I know. I like looking at my background. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at in my house. Like, if I'm just looking at it, I'm like, where am I?
Yeah, set the scene. Where are you right now?
So Aunt got a new desk for Christmas. So now I have my own desk and he has a desk. So we rearranged the office and now, so I'm sitting in his desk actually. I'm sitting on the kneeling chair.
I was just going to say, because I got the tour this weekend and I was like, I thought your desk was the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
So Aunt's renting it to you.
Desk. Yes. Yeah. I feel like I will be up here now for recording because I was doing it in my dining room and I like had the microphone and stuff down there all the time. So I feel like I'm just going to keep it up here.
It's also easier for Aunt because if he wants to like be in the kitchen or at the dining room table or watching TV in your living room, like you're not in the middle of the house. Not that he minded. He's always a good sport, but it makes more sense for you to be tucked away than him.
Yeah. Yeah. He exiled himself to the office the last time we recorded. So
it's a good way to get some work done.
Yeah, for sure.
Except
it's 7:30 at night. Like he's done at that point. He doesn't need another reason to keep working.
Oh my God. How was your Christmas?
Oh my God, it was busy. How was your Christmas?
So you are one of the few friends whose location I have. Like, I feel like I have like all of like my childhood best friends, but I'm not like a huge location girl. But every time I went to text you, obviously the location like comes up. You were literally in a different city every single time I went to text you.
Which is very often. We
text basically all day, every day. And I was like, okay, she's in Southampton right now, and then you were in Northeast Philly, and then I was like, I can't keep up.
I know, me neither, honestly. But how was yours? How was your week?
It was good. I feel like I low-key do not thrive during like the holidays and like the in-between of Christmas and New Year's. I'll talk about it a little bit more because it has to do with my only human moment.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's great in some respects, but I also just don't like being like thrown off my routine. But it's always really nice to spend extra time with family and just get a little like R&R in.
What does R&R mean? I saw that in the newsletter and relaxation. I was like, oh, I mean, I don't know. I was like R&D, like research and development.
That too. Yeah. We can always use a little bit of that.
We need to spell it out. We can't do acronyms. I'm not sure what that means. Is that like a corporate term or something? Like an
insane person. No, that is like, I'm pretty sure a universal term. Like, oh, like make sure you get a little R&R in this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that before. But now we know.
Add it to your list. But
I'm going to add it to the list of things that you say. Like I always say, you have these little things that you say.
The Karli terms.
Yeah, that's on the list now.
Yeah, half like
so wait,
rest and reset. Relaxation.
Rest and relaxation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I like that term.
What are you doing for New Year's?
So I'm working New Year's Eve until 7 p.m. and then we're going to go to dinner with some high school friends. I'm going to meet them there. I'm not like a huge New Year's person. I usually work, honestly, like the eve and the day. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably, I don't know, we might be asleep before the ball drops, but the day of, I think we're going to celebrate our aunt's little sister's birthday. She's turning 10.
Oh, so, double digits.
Yeah, I know. It's a big deal.
January 1st is her birthday.
She's the 3rd, but we're going to be away in Costa Rica. And then they're going to like Kalahari or something. So they won't be home.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I'm with you. I hate New Year's. I really I think it's been the last 5 years I've been asleep by like 10:30. Yeah. But this year actually I'm going to Nashville, which I'm excited about. One of my really good friends, Emmy, lives there. She moved there probably like a year and a half ago. And I think her boyfriend and like his friends are getting an Airbnb there. So she invited me a couple weeks ago and I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Why not?
I love that like, for you. I love that you said yes.
Yeah. It'll be a quick trip. I'm going out on the 30th and coming home the 1st because I don't really have like too much time off from work. But yeah, it'll be a nice change of pace. I haven't been out in Nashville in probably like 6 or 7 years. No, actually more. I went for my friend's 21st birthday. So I think we're hitting Broadway on the 30th. And then I don't know what we're doing New Year's Eve yet, but yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited.
That's so fun. You're giving Jess energy right now. You're kind of like whispering. It's really sweet. You're like trying to be quiet. You're like, pss, pss, pss.
No, I have noticed though, watching these clips back, I feel like my voice is like 3 octaves lower. Or do I sound like this always? When I'm like going back and making reels, I'm like, I have a deep ass voice. Maybe I should take a sip of water.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. Well,
I feel like I tend to like go higher. I don't know. So maybe it makes yours sound lower.
You go high, I go low. I feel like we should give an overview before we just jump into this episode because it's different. We're not talking about any headlines today, no pop culture, given that it is the Monday and New Year's Eve is tomorrow, right? No, I'm sorry. New Year's Eve is Wednesday. New Year's Day is Thursday. So we thought it would be kind of like on theme to do a little like recap of 2025, like a little retro, and then a little look forward to 2026 and just kind of like talk about some intentions, some things that we're bringing into 2026. Yeah, and kind of just have like an honest conversation.
Yeah. I think it's fun. I'm excited to talk like personal goals and development and stuff, and not necessarily only human, because I do feel like we talk about the pursuit of only human a lot, which is like obviously a big part of our lives right now, but I think it's like super relatable, and I like hearing people's perspectives, and I find that I have a hard time sometimes coming up with my own ideas, but when I hear other people's, then it like sparks my own like, I don't know, ideas of like what I'm taking into 2026 and what I'm leaving, like those kind of things. So I think it's really interesting. I was like ready to start, and then I actually have the goals and intentions that we did on Sunday up, thinking that was the episode outline, but it's not. So
it could be. There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
Me and Jess did a little like session on Sunday, and we just kind of like laid out our 2026 like goals and intentions, and kind of just like talked about them in a group. And that's something I really value in friendships, is like the ability to have these honest conversations and like talk about the growth that you want to experience and like the barriers that you're running into. And so yeah, I just feel like that was a good way to like jumpstart the reflection, and like heading into this episode, like being able to continue like rounding it out before we like kind of get into like the execution on like the roadmap of like, okay, that's the what, but like what does the how look like? And something I've realized, I feel like every single year there's like a theme of like what I want to accomplish or focus on the next year. And I feel like in the past, for me, it's been like really physical. It's like a lot to do with like my health and wellness, or, you know, healing my hormones or whatever, Pilates. But this year is really about mindset and really stepping into the life that I like really want to go after. So that makes me even more excited. I feel like I'm like graduating a little bit to like look beyond the surface level things and like dig a little deeper. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like a good place to start just talking about New Year's, obviously the reason that we're talking about this, like New Year's resolutions are a huge thing. Are you a New Year's resolution? That's a tongue twister. Are you a New Year's resolution galley? Like,
don't make me spit my water out again this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I really feel like I am and I'm not. And I'll tell you why. I definitely used to be. Is there ever like a straightforward answer when it comes to me?
No, me too.
There's a place for them. And like, I absolutely think they can be a wonderful thing if you're using them as a jumping off place to like gain a little bit of momentum, right? But I think where things sometimes get tricky, and what I've experienced in the past, is like I come out two guns a-blazing and I want to set the world on fire, and then I run out of steam like a quarter into the year, mid-year, and then I like find my journal, look back at my New Year's resolutions and be like, literally whatever happened. So I don't want to say I do not like New Year's resolutions, because I never want to disincentivize somebody from trying to better themselves. And I feel like New Year's is always like a clean slate, fresh start, and like that's when people kind of lean into like the idea of reinvention and betterment. But I just think it needs to be done in a way that you approach it as a year and not as a couple weeks. I think it's really easy to like lay out all the goals, but not understand like the day in and day out habits that need to go along with the goals in order to accomplish them. And so I think like it just requires an element of like self-awareness and intention to make them something that sets you up for success instead of failure.
Yeah,
so that's my 2 cents.
Such a good point. I feel like we are so motivated and like ready for this big change, and we like make these goals that are huge and not necessarily attainable, but maybe attainable with that level of like you said, you come out guns a-blazing, like you're freaking ready to rock and roll, go to the gym every single day or whatever it is. But yeah, we don't like think about what it's like in March or April or whatever. Yeah, I feel like I agree with you. I like don't think they're a bad thing. I never find myself being like, what's my New Year's resolution? Like, I feel like in school they used to ask you that and I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I think it's a great point though, like for self-reflection. Like, I think it's just a nice reminder that like we have to kind of reflect and make sure that we're on the right paths. And if we didn't have something like that, then we would kind of just like continue to be in the race of life, you know, and not really pick our heads up at all. So I think it's a really nice like reminder just to self-reflect. I think we're really good at that anyways, like too good at that, where every single day we're questioning what we're doing. But yeah, and you know what I do love about them though is like, it's, you know how black and white I am. Like, I love that it's like January 1st, like the start. And then it's like in March, you're like, ooh, I've been doing it since this day. Like, it's a really nice, like measure of how long you've been doing something for. Like, that's literally the only.
That's a great point. The only thing, I wish it was like quarterly. Like, I love the checkpoint. I love like measuring against your goals, but it's like, why can't we reevaluate once a quarter? Like, I think
once a year isn't enough.
Yeah. Or it's too big of a chunk. Like, I'm like, okay, let's just put one step in front, like one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, bite-sized chunks. Like, maybe I have a theme from like now until March, like end of March. And then it's like, all right, let's reevaluate, because again, a year is like a long time to do something consistently when you don't know if it's going to be serving you in like 6 months time.
And then it makes it so hard to like, I don't want to ramble here, but I think it makes it so hard to, when you do reevaluate, it makes it hard to be like, is this something that's, am I like getting off the path, or is this actually like the path that I'm supposed to take, like this pivot? And so like last year, if I would have made a New Year's resolution, I was doing figuring it out January 1st, like
crazy.
And then we met like January 5th or something. And then, so like, then my New Year's resolution's already toast because
but not
change.
Necessarily for the worse.
No, it's not at all. But it's just like the point.
Like, classic example. Yeah. Like, you're supposed to ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Entering 2026, like, just generally speaking, we won't drone on here, but like, what is the headspace that you're entering this new year with?
I think I'm feeling really optimistic because I feel like I'm pretty clear-minded, and I've kind of learned from last year, like, if you aren't super clear and intentional with your goals and like what you want to achieve, like they will escape you. So I think I'm coming into it with that knowledge and being like, okay, if I actually want to get shit done this year, like I have to be super specific and revisit my goals like every single day to make sure that I'm like on the right path. So yeah, I feel like I'm feeling in an optimistic headspace. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you, because you also have Ant alongside of you, and like you guys are so motivated, and that's so nice. And like the fact that you kind of welcomed me into your dreaming session, like I just think we're really set up to like really push each other and hold each other accountable. So I love that.
Yeah.
I am feeling also like so excited, like probably the most excited for a year that maybe ever. Like, and I can't even explain why that is. Like for you, you could pinpoint exactly why you're feeling optimistic and like clear-minded. But for me, I just have this really good energy that just found me in the last like 2 weeks. I cannot explain what it is, but I feel like for the first time ever, I'm truly trusting that like the things that I want are finding their way to me. Like I feel like almost magnetic, and that is the complete opposite of the feeling that I felt for the past like year. And I'll get into that a little bit. But it just feels really like genuine and authentic and pleasantly surprising, because I'm not used to feeling this way. That's amazing.
I love that. I love the word magnetic. Like, and you kind of, I think you said like an opportunity magnet, and that's all like also what I've been telling myself. I love that, like a magnet.
But you're going to hear me say that again. So just wait for it.
So let's look back on 2025 first. This is a kind of a hilarious exercise, but what do you think is one word that would sum up your 2025?
Scared. I feel like I was petrified all the way through 2025. Like from the jump, meeting you and you asked me to join forces and create something, and my knee-jerk reaction was to say no because I was scared. And then I think about like being at work and like presenting in front of clients, scared every fucking time. Then I think about like sitting on the stage at Penn State talking to girls, like did it go really well and did I find my rhythm in 2 seconds? Yes, but I was terrified for the weeks leading up. Every time I post on TikTok, scared how it's going to be received. Like, I just act out of fear instead of love. And I hate that, but that was truly the word for 2025 for me. Yeah. What about you?
Well, I wouldn't have known. I feel like you handle it very gracefully.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Mine was nonlinear, which also can describe my college experience. But in this context, I just feel like I was like jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing every year. Like, I just feel like I didn't have one thing that I was like working on, even within Only Human. Like, I feel like we were bouncing from idea to idea and like couldn't just like stay the course. And like, I think it's out of excitement and out of wanting to do the right thing, but it just felt like, looking back, like, I mean, even just like making the jump from Figure It Outable to Only Human, and like that was like about 6 months, like that transition period. So it just felt like, not necessarily in a bad way, but it just felt like I was bouncing all over the place and like nothing was straightforward.
I was just going to say, like, not that you led with saying nonlinear has a negative connotation, but like, it really is a beautiful thing, because think about all of the things that you as an individual and us as a team tried this year, and like all of the experience that we have under our belt, all of the opportunities. Like, right now, I know it feels like we're like flailing a little bit or being a little like rudderless and like lacking direction, but truly that's when clarity finds you. And I think the years that have been the most up and down, nonlinear, have truly been the ones that I developed the most, because you just learn more about yourself and what you want. And that's a vital part of the process. So like, just celebrate that, because that means that you had like a really successful year of trying new things and like just trying to find your thing, which is really important.
It definitely was the year of trying new things for both of us, I feel like.
Yeah. What was the most, or what was the thing that you were the most proud of in 2025?
I feel like if you asked me this like every single day, I would have a different answer. But one of the top things that comes to mind is actually something very random, but it's my like social battery / my comfortability in social situations. I feel like I had such a, I don't know, like I just had such a hard time like being myself in social situations, or like with family or whatever it may be. And this year, especially after doing a lot of work with EMDR, I just like really found my groove. And I feel like I haven't been like super drained or felt like I had to really like, not like put on a show, but like fake it a little bit and kind of like really like work up like the courage to be social. And like when I felt like in the car going home, I would feel like super drained. So this year there was like so many days that like Aunt and I would be leaving somewhere and I'd be like, oh my God, I did so good. Like, aren't you so proud of me? Like, I was like super chill and like, I don't know. It's a very specific thing that I can't really explain, but that's like the overarching.
But I know you, and I can see how that would make you so proud, because I know that's one thing that used to come like really natural to you when you were really little. Not because I knew you, but because I've heard you talk about it before. Yeah. And I know that's something that's been more challenging. So do you think EMDR is the main reason, or like you mentioned that? Interesting. Okay.
Because I think, so I kind of talked about this. When did I talk about this? In like my post, I think.
Oh, the Penn State post or the therapy episode? I was going to say.
I think the like Penn State post.
Okay.
But I like was really, really outgoing. And then in my freshman year of college at Penn State, I had like a few experiences, but one experience that really like turned me inward. And since then, I've just like not been the same. And I didn't really attribute it to anything. Like I didn't really know what happened because I was in the midst of it. So I didn't really realize until looking back. But in EMDR, we worked on that memory a lot and like basically reprogrammed it. And now I feel like so much different. It's like insane. You feel like you can let your guard down around people. Like when you leave a social situation and you're like, I did so good. You think like I just doing so like good I was at ease. Okay. Yeah. Like I just feel like I wasn't like turned inward and like in my shell. I was just myself. You know? Yeah. And bringing it, just full circle real quick with EMDR, it's like it really does reprocess that memory and allows your body to relax. So like you never want it to feel uptight or not yourself in a social situation. But now I think it's coming naturally to you just because like those emotions have kind of like you've processed them and they've kind of like
left your body, you're able to just relax and allow your mind and body to like connect in the moment of what you want to do, and your body can follow suit. Yeah.
Yes. Because it was like it was like my body and my mind were just like conflicting all the time. Like my body was so like timid and shy and like inward, but in my mind I'm like, why can't I just be chill? Like, why can't I just be myself? So
that's what stored emotion and trauma can do. So
it'll do that. Yeah. Thank you. All right. What are you proud of for 2025?
This is also a very specific thing. I'm most proud of summer Pilates with Karli. This summer.
Your turnout was insane, number one.
But that's not why I was the most proud of it. I mean, that was the most amazing part of it, that people showed up, and I think it affirmed that people were enjoying what I was putting out. And I really believe in myself as a Pilates instructor. And I think that was very validating. But I was just really proud of myself for like not letting logistics get in the way. Like there were weekends that I had to cancel because I was going to be away on a bachelorette. Like literally there was like 3 or 4 weekends in a row toward like the end of July, early August. And like I get really caught up in the details sometimes. So there's a world where I would have looked at my summer and been like, you know what? I can only do this for like a half or 3/4 of the summer. I'm just not going to do it at all.
I'm just not going to do it.
And the fact that like I still was able to push through, and like when I think about last summer, my happiest moments is when I was at Seaport Pier on the stage or in the front of the pier and just teaching in front of a group full of people and creating the flows, creating the playlist, talking to girls after class. And truthfully, like that's my favorite hobby and like one of my biggest passions. I absolutely want to do it again next summer. So yeah, I was just really proud of myself for following through with something that I knew I would enjoy.
Yeah, and not letting, like we say all the time, the perfection hinder progress, right?
Yeah.
I feel like having 100 girls show up at once, that is just a testament to like, and by word of mouth, right? Like you literally didn't do much advertising for this. Like that is just a testament to like how comfortable, number one, you made people feel and how good your product was. Like you were just so confident up there, and like you just had such a good like welcoming way about you, and it made people want to come back.
Thank you. That does make me actually like want to just quickly say I was so scared to do it, and maybe that's another reason why I was so proud of myself, not just because I didn't let details get in the way, but I remember waking up like a couple mornings with a pit in my stomach, and like July 4th when there was like 104 girls sign up, I remember I was getting myself ready on stage, and all my friends and like family were in the front row. And I was trying to get my microphone to work, and I forgot to turn the fucking thing on. And so I'm standing up there for 3 minutes being like, my microphone's not working. It's not working. I'm panicking. It's like 7:59. Class starts in a minute. And then I realized that I never turned it on because I was so nervous. And so again, like I just feel so passionate about like letting people know that things aren't always going to feel easy or seamless. Like you're going to need to push through those limiting beliefs and those nerves. And by the end of the summer, like I could have done that 10 times over. Like that gave me fulfillment in a rush, but there was a period of time where it scared the shit out of me. So that was another reason why I was proud, because I kind of have a fear of being in front of a big group of people, and I feel like that totally got wiped away, at least in the Pilates context.
Yeah. I was gonna say you used to have a fear. You don't have a fear anymore.
Used to. Yep. More on that soon.
I'm very proud of you for that too.
Oh, thank you, Jess. Should we look ahead?
Do you want to talk about what we're leaving? We still have a couple things. We can do. Right. You want to do what we're leaving in 2025?
Yeah, that's a good one. What we're leaving. So personally, similar to all of these narratives that I tell myself, like I don't like being in front of people, I've noticed a theme, and there's like a few that I really harp on and actually say out loud to people, maybe on like a weekly, monthly basis, if not out loud to other people, daily to myself. And so those false narratives are that I have bad luck, or that I hate public speaking, or I try my best but nothing ever materializes, or I'll never find somebody that I like or have chemistry with. And all of these things are just things that I tell myself, and so therefore I feel like they manifest to be true in my actual life. So I definitely want to leave those behind. I also want to leave behind like looking at myself through other people's eyes. And what I mean when I say this is oftentimes, for example, if I'm going to post a clip on social media, I'm not looking at it as the person that's posting. I'm looking at it as the person that's consuming. And I'm picking myself apart and judging myself as if I'm another person before another person even has the ability to do so. And I think I'm like putting too much weight into people's hands to like look at my content and pass judgment when that might not even be something that actually ever, you know, comes to be true. And so I think I just need to stop putting the perception of me ahead of who I actually am. Does that make sense? I'm like really struggling to articulate it.
It does make sense.
But I think in the past I do everything and then I analyze it from another person's perspective. And so it's no wonder that I'm like more harsh on myself or like more of a critic or like more hesitant to put something out because I'm always worried about the perception of it. And so if I just stop always trying to like assume other people's points of view and instead just like live my life and do what feels true to me, like I'll be a lot more I feel like at peace with what I'm trying to accomplish. So yeah, those are the things that I'm leaving behind in 2025. What about you?
I feel like it's kind of funny because I think in certain contexts it's actually better to look at yourself from someone else's eyes. Like I think we're our harshest critics. That's why I was like a little confused, but it came full circle.
It sounds counterintuitive.
Yeah, because like I feel like usually if you look at yourself from someone else's point of view, like they're not judging you as hard as you're judging yourself. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
It's also the mass amount of judgment. So it's like looking at myself not just through the eyes of like one person, but like, oh, I'm putting this on social media. How many people follow me? How many people have the potential to look at it and be like, oh, this is weird. Like I think every time I post, I'm just so acutely aware of like who's going to see it, how many people are going to see it. It looks like I'm like a wannabe content creator when I'm just trying to like help others feel less alone. Yeah. And I think I'm just always concerned about like what people are going to gather from that video and like my intentions. And so I just think I just need to think less. But it's like
if you know your own intentions, then it doesn't matter.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I similarly am leaving. I'm really having a hard time talking today. I don't know.
The same. Did you just listen to the last 4 minutes?
I don't know what's going on.
Take some water.
I'm also saying some tongue twister words. I'm leaving behind some narratives because I feel like if we've learned anything, especially from Joe Dispenza, is like, don't put that stuff out into the universe. Like if you say that you're not well spoken or that you're afraid of public speaking, like that's what you're going to be because you just told yourself and the universe that. So the narratives that I am leaving behind is that I'm not well spoken or articulate, and that also that nobody cares what I have to say, and like that my experiences aren't valid or relevant.
And I want to like double click on that really quick because I do feel like behind the scenes, I don't know if we ever brought this up in our ending episode of season 1 when we talked about like the feedback and stuff, but that's something that me and you have talked about. You are sometimes hesitant to speak up because you have that limiting belief, and I get to see all of your thought processes like in the back end through our texts, through our conversations, and I know how much you have to offer, how much insight you have, how much life experience you have, how introspective you are. Like I just know that you have so much to offer. And so I think I have like a front row seat to actually seeing this narrative play out in sometimes the podcast when like we got off a couple weeks ago and I was like, I feel like you didn't say much. Like I know I ramble a lot, but and you were like, oh, interesting. Like I didn't really pick up on that. And then the next time you were like, I feel like I didn't say much. Like we feel it sometimes. And I just know that that's exactly what that belief is. It's limiting and it's a false narrative. And I think leaving it behind will only help so many people because you have so much value to offer.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like having the podcast, I feel like I need to get rid of that one. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, that my 2 cents or my experience or whatever, I'm interested in your perspective. So like mine doesn't feel, it's not new to me. So I feel like it's just boring. So I
think we all feel that way to an extent. Yeah. But again, like you just have that bias, and people listening do want to hear what you have to say and do want to learn more about you because it matters. It does.
Thank you.
Do you want to say what we learned from 2025?
What we learned?
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like this is very redundant, but I learned that progress over perfection always.
Yeah.
And I have to keep reminding myself that. And also just like staying consistent is trumps everything. Like no matter if it's with Only Human or with, you know, exercise or whatever it is, like just doing something consistently. Like you can't not get results with whatever you're doing, whether it's going to bed at 8 o'clock or getting more exercise, eating better. Like just staying consistent is going to get you further than anything else.
Yeah. And I think when you're consistent, even if it's baby steps every single day, like that really sheds light on the fact that like you're not racing an invisible clock. Like, you know that progress will get you to where you want to be. And I feel like the only reason why somebody wouldn't be willing to take baby steps is because they want results faster, like instant gratification. But if you just trust that like you will, you know, get what you're after, then that just makes it easier to like be consistent. It's kind of like, again, the marathon, not a sprint mentality.
Yeah.
What I learned in 2025 was truly like the importance of a passion or like a creative outlet. Like I just reflect on this past year and I think about the world where I didn't meet you and we didn't start Only Human. And I just know for a fact that like life has felt novel and exciting again because of Only Human and because I wake up every day alongside of my 9 to 5 with this amazing passion and this future that we visualize together. And I would have never been able to like continuously be motivated in my day job if I wasn't able to close the laptop and put my energy into something that actually mattered and fueled me. And like the second part of this that I learned in 2025 is like what is on your heart is going to persist until you let it in. And I say that because I started this year not having Only Human and I kind of closed the chapter of putting myself out there. I stopped doing Figure It Outable and I just kind of wanted to fall back into like the mundane of this 9 to 5 job and just living like a small life. And God knew that that's not what I wanted. And I wouldn't be content with that. And so enter Jess and the Only Human Project. And so I just know, like you were sent to me and this was meant to be. And I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. But like truthfully, like what's meant for you won't miss you. Yeah. And so I think that was really apparent to me this year.
Yeah, I love that so much. I feel like we talk about all the time wondering if we know we're doing the right thing or enough of it. And I feel like that's a really nice reminder that like, even if you pass up on something the first time around, if it's really meant for you, it's going to come back and like, it's not
might not look the same, but like it's going to keep popping up for you.
Yeah. All right. So you want to transition into looking at 2026 because 2026 is the year. It's our year.
Yeah, it is. So we opened up our retro with like a word for 2025. And I love the idea of doing the same for 2026 because I feel like it's really like intentional. And it's that word that's going to be like top of mind throughout the year that we're going to keep coming back to. So what is yours?
I came up with two, so I'm just going to pick one in the moment. Mine is consistent. It's not sexy. It's not a sexy word. But I feel like anything that I do, again, like I said, anything that I do consistently is going to get me so much further to where I want to be in any aspect of my life. So,
would you say what prevented you from being consistent in the past was the mentality of perfection over progress?
Oh my God, yeah.
So it's kind of going hand in hand
all the time. Like, you know, not exercising because I want to be able to do it at 9 o'clock every day or this. And it's like, just do something. Like the consistency can be that you do something every day. It doesn't have to be that you do 45 minutes every day. It can be it can look different.
100%. Yeah. I also love how you're tying these things together, like of what you're leaving in 2025 is like that mentality of, you know, and what you're bringing. Like it's just, you clearly thought this through.
Full circle.
You're making the ends come tied together. My word is magnetic. So I feel like this year I felt like a repellent Like I literally was like, why am I like rejecting every opportunity? Like what I literally felt like, you know, when with a magnet, when there's like the positive and the positive, like I felt like me and the opportunities that I wanted, like that is what was happening. Yeah. And I told you like earlier in the podcast, I just truly feel an energy shift within the last couple of weeks. And I don't know why, but I am
something
truly,
big is coming.
I just feel it. Like, and I'm not saying it needs to be like, it can be life changing, but like, I just really feel opportunities on their way to me. And I think the first step to, you know, achieving those things is just being in a state to receive them and believing that you are in a state to receive them. So that's where I'm at.
So you're going to flip your magnet around.
Yes, I'm now negative and I'm ready to receive the positive. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay. We talked about what we're leaving behind. Lots of narratives. But what are we bringing into 2026?
Okay. Kind of along the same lines, like I am bringing the notion that I am open to receive. And so I feel like in the past I would like white knuckle outcomes without like the inherent trust or patience that they're already mine. And this might sound woo-woo to some people, but I truly do think it's a mindset. I've even witnessed it in the past couple weeks, like just believing that things are finding me. I've found opportunities for Pilates, for travel. Boys have been coming out of the woodwork. So I'm like,
they're like, oh, no.
And so I've witnessed it. And so, yeah, like just being open to receive. And then also journaling. I feel like that's a practice that I really lean into as an intervention tactic instead of like a prevention or a maintenance. I really turn to journaling when I'm in like my deepest depths, but like I really do think I need to just do it every day as kind of like a brain dump. So that's like actually the only, I think, like practice or habit that I'm actively trying to do more of in 2026.
What I'm bringing into 2026 is my commitment to reprogramming my subconscious. So this goes along to like all of my Joe Dispenza learnings and subconscious reprogramming. Like I have the background on my phone that I read every morning and night about being grateful to live out my dream and being an opportunity and money magnet. All of that is in effort to reprogram the subconscious, because that's where we get all of these limiting beliefs from that like drive everything that we do. So just like being committed to that, because I feel like you said, like being a magnet is like actually also being open to the opportunities and feeling like you are deserving of them. So just continuing with that, continuing with Joe Dispenza and getting more into his teachings.
Maybe going to a retreat together.
We're going to a retreat this year for sure.
We almost had a date picked out and then we had some conflict, but we're going to keep an eye out to go. Yeah. How did you find Joe Dispenza? Did you just come across him on TikTok or something? Because you're like, you dove in.
No, I dove headfirst. Like I feel like it's one of those things, like when you see it for the first time, you can't unsee it. Like when you learn about it, you're like just so intrigued that you can't not learn more. I think I actually saw he was speaking and telling the story about his daughter and how she got a shopping spree, and she like manifested a shopping spree. And so he was telling that story, and I think the TikTok was the video of that. And I think I looked him up, and then I was on Reddit for a while and reading about people like saying that they're doing his meditations and like their life is changing. So yeah, that's how I got into the deep dive. And then I got his books and gifted
them. And then you got
Karli.
me the books. Yeah. The book showed up on my doorstep one day and I'm like, did you have something to do with this?
Yep. I'm like, you're coming with me.
I know, because for a while I was like the dead weight. Like Jess would be like, no, so when we, and I'm like, if we, and you're like, stop doing that.
Like this is why you're repelling all of our opportunities. I'm just kidding.
I will say, like, I was a skeptic, and like I don't want to say I still am, but I think there's like, it does sound a little bit woo woo. And I think especially as like somebody who's a Catholic, I'm like, well, where does my faith have, you know, a stance in this? And then I'm very like science driven. Like I like to know the whys behind it. And actually once I started reading his book, then I was like, oh, that actually like makes sense. Like so learning about energy and like what is it like when a thought meets a feeling, right? Like that's what makes energy like materialize or something. And like
yes.
the fact that we are like 95 or 99% energy,
99.9% nothing. Yeah.
It's just crazy. And so I think it's really helped me buy into the process. But like, I just want to call out like from the top, like I was definitely a skeptic, and like hearing this episode, if I was listening to it like a couple months ago, I'd be like, all right, next. Like, but I really do think it's one of those things, the digger you deep. There she is. There's the Cooper. Jinx. Jess, we need to make this earlier in the day.
I know, right?
Deeper you dig, dear Lord. The more you buy in. And so I would just encourage people to like read the books, understand the science behind it, and then like truthfully just let it take shape, because it's more powerful than you think.
I know, it's crazy.
All right, last question, and then we can wrap up with our only human moments. But what do you want to look back on 2026 and be proud of?
My answer for this is like kind of short. I just want to look back and be able to say that I did the things that I said I was going to do. Like, I just feel like I set goals last year for 2025 and I just didn't do them. And so I just, with anything, whether it's only human related or not, I just want to be able to say that like I freaking did what I said I was going to do. And I think there's so much, we talk about the power of that all the time, about how just like keeping a promise to yourself is like
confidence.
So yeah, it's like so rewarding. So yeah,
because that's also like you have to trust yourself. Your nervous system has to trust that when you say something, that's kind of like Jelly Roll said that in Joe Rogan's podcast. Really? He said, I had been lying to myself for so long because I had told myself, Monday, I'm going to get my life together. Monday, I'm going to start losing weight. It was always the next week. And he was like, my nervous system and my mind stopped believing myself because I just wasn't following through.
Yeah.
And so like, that's truly like what I credit my confidence to. And again, yes, we say it all the time. So I love that. I'm just curious, the things that you are holding yourself to do this year, are they similar to the list of things last year? Like, are you carrying that list forward that you never touched, or have your goals changed this year?
No, I feel like they've definitely changed. Like I said, I feel like I've been hopping around this past year. I haven't exactly figured them out yet. So I feel like that's why it's also a little vague, but yeah, I feel like it's looks very different than last year.
Nice. Okay, the one really tangible thing that I want to look back on in 2026 and be proud of is speaking on big stages. Like, I know I say that I'm like scared of public speaking. I don't think that's true. I really think I fucking love it. I think I just need to do it more. And
yeah, of course.
I want to look
nervous to do anything you haven't really done before, right?
Yeah, and history says that that's what happens too. Like with Pilates, like that is just the way that
that's true.
It goes. But that's something that I actually want to conquer. That's something that I want to get more comfortable doing, not only for the sake of feeling comfortable, but I want that impact. And like, that's the way that I also want to like showcase Only Human as well. Like I want us to land some really big, even relatively speaking, because I know we have some coming up, but like just want to really speak on big stages. And then the second part to that is really just like stepping into confidence and knowing that I can meet any opportunity with preparation and capability. So something that I've noticed that I do is I either like self-sabotage, or I stand in the way, or I don't ask for an opportunity because I'm scared of the
like kind of actually doing it.
Yeah. Yep. The instance that they say yes. And so I find myself shying away from asking the question, even if I know I want it, because I'm scared of the moment that it becomes a reality and how I'll handle my nerves and anxiety in the moment. And I'm so done with that, because I think, again, definition of getting in your own way. And I think it all comes down to like, in the book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. It's the fact that really confidence comes from your ability to handle any moment, any hardship that comes your way. Just knowing, having a deep knowing that you'll handle it and you'll get through it and you'll see the other side. And I think that's what I need to do. So
yeah, I love that. I'm definitely stealing that one too. I feel like we really are going to step into our own this year and carry each other through, because I feel like we have a good system where when I'm feeling down, you're feeling up, and when you're feeling down, I'm feeling up, and we can kind of carry each other through and remind each other of that, because it is just the freaking truth. Like, you're never going to be able to plan for everything and be able to be completely prepared for everything. You just have to know that you're going to be able to handle anything that comes your way.
For sure. It would be really nice if we could both be up, though.
Yeah, no, we definitely are we both are up sometimes, but
we're never
are we ever both down?
No, that's what matters.
No,
and if we are, then we bring in the reinforcements.
I feel like one of us just pretends. Yeah.
Ant, you're up.
Yeah, then he
get off the bench.
Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, I have a good feeling about this year.
Yeah,
I
me
really
too.
do.
And our 2026 closing into 2027 podcast is going to be all about a reflection of everything we talked about.
Yeah,
how it all came true.
Yep. Hell yeah, baby. Okay. Want to close out with our only human moments?
Yes.
Did you think of yours, or did you land on yours?
I did, because it doesn't sound like, I don't know why I always feel like they need to be super sexy, although mine never are, but mine is just kind of talking about this TikTok that I made about the holidays. And I'm very lucky to have a bunch of different places to have to go to on the holidays. But being a homebody and someone that very much values R&R.
And that, my friends, is what you call a callback.
Yes. That's my favorite part of comedy, is a callback. So yeah, I very much value my home time, my alone time with Aunt. So it makes me anxious thinking about bouncing between houses, being out late, getting up early. We went to bed at like midnight on Christmas Eve and then got up at like 6:30. Like, it sounds like a little dramatic, but
when you're
just
used
like go.
Yeah.
And you're like with a bunch of different people in different situations, different dynamics, driving a lot. Like, we like for 5 days were just like straight up running around. So I had to like constantly remind myself that like, it's all good things. I'm very lucky to have that many people to see on the holidays and spend time with. And just like, there is a means to an end. Like, this isn't forever. This is just a temporary blip in time. So
that literally helps me in a lot of aspects, but specifically when I'm off of my routine, not getting great sleep, not eating right, I'm always like, savor this time because it's fleeting and you're going to be back to it in no time. And so like, just take it in, because how you're feeling today is not how you're going to be feeling in a week or two or three, like whatever it is. Like, just take in the time while you have it. I love that. Mine's actually pretty similar. So everybody knows I like live and die by my routines. And I feel like I've definitely been off of my routines, but it's kind of something that I've done year after year. And it's almost like a challenge for myself because I am so routine oriented. Every single year, like the last couple weeks of the year, I really challenge myself to not do Pilates, to allow myself to kind of like, you know, not primarily eat whole foods, like really eat like the leftovers and stay up late and just really lean into kind of like that lackadaisical, non-healthy mindset, because then it makes me that much more ready for the structure and the discipline when it comes around in January.
Yeah.
And I kind of just found myself this week just like being a little bit down on myself. I just feel like I'm like holding a little bit more like inflammation or weight, or even this podcast, I'm like looking at my face and I'm like, I am hating like how I look, especially like when this is my only human moment. I'm like, but it's true. Like, I just feel like because I've been off of my routine, I'm just like not feeling the best, but it's kind of by design. It's like that mental challenge that I go through to just like remind myself to have grace for myself and be able to be a little bit resilient when it comes, you know, the like being loose with diet and exercise. And so even like with Nashville coming up in a couple of days, I'm like, damn, I'm like not really feeling so great about myself. So I feel like it's all kind of tied into one, just like a little bit going through it in a low self-esteem and like off of my routine. And I'm still a poet and I don't even know it. Why do I keep inadvertently rhyming?
You planned it.
Did you not catch that one?
No, I didn't actually catch it.
Pretty good. Routine and self-esteem. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like not feeling too hot, but I know that this is temporary, and I'll be feeling fine in a week.
Do you feel like it gives you motivation? Oh my God. What the heck? All right. We're done with the podcast. We're going to get you to be a rapper or something.
Oh my God. I'm like delirious right now. It's not even funny.
7:30 is too late for us to start talking.
Sorry. What was your question?
My question was, do you feel like it makes you more motivated? I think
I do. I think it just allows me like a couple weeks to just miss a beat, like intentionally miss a beat. And then when it's January, like I'm already craving that structure and like just eating vegetables and like not looking at a cookie or like a casserole or leftovers. But I also know that this time, like this is when we have cookies in the house and we have the leftovers. Like, so it's just be present where your feet are. And I know that in January, like I just got a membership to the Den. I'm like so looking forward to actually going to classes. I'm doing a parasite cleanse that it was like one of the Christmas gifts. I've been wanting to do this for, basically since I met these guys in Australia, and like they're amazing. And I'm always seeing like people's journeys with the cleanse. And so I know that like the structure is coming and what I'm craving. I'm just trying to remind myself that like don't jump to that. Like just enjoy the season that I'm in right now and like don't rush it away. And if I feel a little bit shitty in Nashville and like not on my A game, like that's fine. Like you don't always have to be at your best all the time. That's really something that I've had to work through the last like couple years. Yeah,
that is such a mental game. Like, and it's funny because it's really opposite of like what the problem usually is. Like my problem is like actually getting the discipline and the habits and things, but it's equally as important to like challenge yourself in that way. So
yeah,
kudos
definitely
to you for doing that, honestly.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of those moments where it's like you're kind of like putting down the thing instead of dropping it, because you are like, the holidays are crazy. You are going to get off your routines and habits. And then instead of like feeling bad about it and like punishing yourself for it or just like getting down about it, then you're just like, okay, I'm just going to put these away for now and I'll pick them back up when I'm ready.
Exactly. And then leaning in and optimizing what the holidays are all about, which is eating good food, staying up late with family, like being busy and sleeping in instead of going for a walk and Pilates. Like it's just... embracing the now and then worrying about the later because it will come.
I love that. I liked this episode.
Yeah, I know. I kind of missed talking about things that seem a little bit more relevant. Like I think honestly we are enjoying talking about the pop culture and stuff, but like maybe this is just a little bit of an indication that we can just be a little bit more fluid and just like talk about what we feel called to. And like we're not going to throw the pop culture thing out the window, but like if there's a week where we're really feeling called to talk about a certain topic or there's something, relevant going on that doesn't have to do with the headlines or, celebrities, like we'll just do it. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. Who cares?
We make the rules.
We do.
This is our show. That's the beauty of it.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Here's to 2026. It's going to be good for everybody. I feel it.
It is. Sending all the good vibes.
All right. You want to close it out? I thought you were going to continue. All right.
The funny thing is I will have a stare off with you until you do it.
I'll
be like,
you really will.
I love silence. I could sit here all day, except for the steak dinner waiting for me downstairs.
Oh my God. I know. Seriously. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. See you next time.
Bye.